Alright, good evening everybody. Welcome back here at Illy Place for another Cracker Pack. I'm Yost the player. And yeah, without further ado, you know the drill. Get at it. It's time for the Saturday pack. Almost through with the bundle. Hope you all had an amazing weekend so far and I'm ready for some more. We will be playing some Wild Move later today. So let's see. And also, by the way, sorry for the kinda bad quality of the video yesterday, but I wanted to record right after this Wild Move stream, which was very late, and thus also, yeah, the camera quality wasn't there because I had to use an additional light source right enough. Anyways, sorry for that. Ooh, already got the token. Let's see. Start again with the hard card of today. Ooh, now that's a fancy one. What are you? That looks familiar for whatever reason. I don't know why. Oh, I think one of my opponent was playing that during the pre-release against me. What is the legendary fob dive? I recall right. See again? I want to land or non-land. Yeah, Liberator. Urza's Battle Top dive. Cool. Recall. I mean, yeah, definitely. See, the difference is why are we seeing some of Urza's creations running away from that? I mean, those squiggly things, I guess, definitely are Mishra's machines? Or are those supposed to be also Mishra's creations? I always thought those bulky guys were more like Urza's style. Okay. Plus, full uppercut. I dig it. Whip. Camera. Nice. Alright, what else do we have here? We have another Caltrop Forest. Sweet. So 4 in total. Well, I mean, unless you count the falls on, of course, those 6. That's all. Real nice. I take this one. As I said, I still have no idea what these are, so in case anybody has an idea what those Caltrops are supposed to be, please let me know. Because I have no freaking clue. We'll just maybe a little up. Okay. What do we have? Oh, starting off with a reprint. Good old Disfigure. Not really sure that's supposed to be a disfigurement of that machine, but okay. So this figure is for 1 black mana, an instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Simple yet effective combat trick / removal for small creatures. I like it. Cool artwork. You see, basically, I think that's one of the dragon engines actually getting dismembered there. Where's that? Guess that's a dragon engine, but the weird thing is that the flavor text, I just took a peek down there. Is about Misha. We'll read that one in a second. And again, I'll try to put the picture of the artworks up there so you guys can see it better. Yeah. I think I had one of those also the pre-release as a rumor, but I never drew it actually. That's funny enough. I mean, you only have 40 card deck during the pre-release. You're sealed, or usually you have. I never pulled mine. That's a bit weird. Okay. Alright, so what's the flavor text? With a snap of metal, like a strike of lightning, the tide of war shifted in Mishra's favor. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and I also know this guy actually from the pre-release because I actually pulled that one. That's why I went with the big chunky guys in common slot. So we have for 7 generic mana, or for 2 red. For 2 generic and 1 red. We have the Blitz Automaton, which is either if you pay the 7 generic mana as 6/4, or if you pay the prototype cost, which I said was a 2 generic 1 red, a 3/2. In both cases, it has haste. So basically, you pay around double to getting double the size, a bit more. I mean, it always has haste, mind you, so that's how this prototype works. The prototype just affects if it's a red artifact creature or just a colorless artifact creature, and yeah, what its power toughness are. Alright. And yeah, you see a nice Strider there. Pretty cool looking. A little bit closer to camera, you guys can see it a bit better. I mean, as I said, again, I will put pictures up there as usual. And yeah, but what should I say? Simple effective. I think for 3 mana, 3/2 haste is fine, definitely. Good actually. 7 mana, 6 for haste. I think you can get that cheaper by 1 or 2 mana. Might be mistaken. Like, I somehow could swear you could have a 5 mana and 6 for haste, but maybe I'm mistaken. But I mean, definitely for 6 you could get that. But I mean, you have the option basically to just upcast it when you have the mana later, so that's definitely, I guess for commander or something like that, that's fine. 3 mana for 2, but then again, do you want to have a vanilla for 2 haste? Is the other question. Right. Not complain too much about this one, and the flavor text is: while Urza's machines flavored defense, Mishra built his to end the war quickly. We've referred to it on several cards by now already. One of them being the more tactical. I think he also was more like that in the stories. The calm and planning one, I should say. The other one was more a bit hot-headed and eager to end things quickly in his favor. Yeah. What do we have? Ooh, Epic Confrontation. 1 generic, 1 green, a sorcery. Target creature you control gets +1/+2 until end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. We see that no, that's Mishra. Mishra on the artwork is getting boosted apparently by the spell, and you see him challenging his brother in war. So that's the final confrontation. Yeah, so it's a classic, I would say, like pumping one of your creatures and then letting it fight something. Well, I mean, so basically it can work as both a removal and a pump spell. Depending on how the board is, what the creature has in store elsewise. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. So let's see. Flat text is: you've let yourself grow old, and your light is diminishing. Shall we talk one last time? What's the slay you now? Mishra to us. Yep, so gloves off. Literally, if we look at his claws, I think that's literally after he got not completed because it was not completely finished, but I mean, after he got altered by Brexia. Oh god. I mean, power level wise, I think there are better ones, but still, it's a nice card, and it literally picks one of the most epic moments in Magic history. So, what do we have? Good old sibling rivalry. Oh yeah, I have that sometimes with my brother. 3 generic, 1 red. Gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap it, gains haste until end of turn, and create a tap power stone token. So technically, you're ramping with this spell, and you can borrow, I should say, something in quotation marks from one of your opponents. Either an artifact or a creature. I think this is actually pretty fine. So, what I would say, this is pretty fair price. Because usually you pay 3 mana for this effect, and it only works on either artifacts or creatures. This one can work on both. So that's, as we were talking, like having different modes usually costs more. I think that's actually well priced, and you get late mana back. So basically, 1 turn later or so, you have the Power Stone to use for stuff. Or you could, I mean, it's an artifact, so you could straight up sacrifice it for other benefits. Well, that's fine. You see the magic in the background. I wonder why. I guess because that's the Might Stone. That would actually mean that this one on the left is, I think, Mishra, because he's associated with the red power. Or actually makes me wonder. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Let's see the. But this one has the staff. No, this must be the Power Stone. This should be Urza, and this one has nothing in his hand. So this should be Mishra on this side with the green mix. Yeah, I think we had one card with the mix stone effect, curse the mix or something like that in one of the other packs. So yeah, I guess that's the Power Stone and that's the Meek Stone, how they were called for us. I take this card. It's not bad, definitely not bad. I like it. As I said, options, you can either control either an artifact or a creature, and you get mana back 1 turn later. So I think you like a 4 mana rock spell, which wouldn't be good, but as I said, it has an upside, so I think it's fine. I dig it. Yeah, I'm gonna dig this one. Oh, and by the way, it's a sorcery. I totally forgot to say that, sorry. Oh, another reprint here. Another black reprint, actually. Corrupt. For 5 generic, 1 black, a sorcery. Just don't remember to say that on time. Corrupt deals damage to any target equal to the number of swarms you control. You gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Well, that's interesting. Actually, that's something I'm still a bit weirded out by. Like, when they reworded some of the cards, when they basically did that, change how you deal damage to Planeswalker with spells and stuff a few years back, that they still have some cards that work on any target, so that this one still can do damage to Planeswalker, and others only can deal damage to players and creatures still. So, I guess they have an idea why they're doing that, this way or another. But it's still a bit weird to me. Yeah, basically in a mono black deck or deck with very high amount of black mana, or a deck with no block actually. In here, you can just slap in. This is a decent amount of damage and heals you. Not the greatest spell, but I mean it can also be used as a removal. I think that's actually why it's priced at 6 mana, because I think there's a cheaper version that can only go on players, and another one that can only go on creatures again, for modality, I think it's how it's called in English. You pay a bit more. Yeah. So interesting artwork. Looks like a bunch of gig sprees surrounding Mishra. So let's see what the flavor text is. I guess that will make sense in a second. Most wise, most thoughtful, most powerful Quadir, said the Gixian. We offer whatever help we may give you in illustrious name. Oh, sorry, in your illustrious name. So yeah, the Quadir was the title that Mishra got after his. Basically, he was elected as the advisor, I think, for the last Quadir. I'm not totally mixing things up right now. Basically, he first got into slavery after playing for his brother. Then he was elected as sort of a mentor tutor role for that one tribe to the just basically the leader's son. And later, after his guy's death, he was made Quadir himself. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, well, that looks interesting already, and I see another Mishra face and a Phyrexian symbol in the background. Let's see. Dreams of Steel and Oil. 1 black mana, a sorcery again, so that's sorcery train tonight. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card from it. Then choose an artifact or creature card from their graveyard. Exile those cards. Interesting. So it is both graveyard hate and hand hate. Actually, that's a straight upgrade from. Oh, what was that card's name? There's a card that lets you only discard a creature card from an opponent's hand for 1 black. Oh, I don't remember the card. But that's. And the good thing is you don't even have to pick a card, a target card in the graveyard. Like, you choose a card in the graveyard, so they don't even get to know what you take until the resolution of the spell. That's kind of good. I mean, they might guess what you want to pick, but that's nice. Also being it's Sorcerer Spirit, I think this is very fair. Considering that's a discard spell. No, wait, it's not even really discard actually, mind you. It's an exile from hand. That's actually a pretty good card. Considering what it does. Even Thoughtseize just puts it in the graveyard where they could still use it potentially. This one just straight up exiles it. That's not bad at all. And yeah, as I was saying, it has something to do with Mishra. So yeah, we see the Mishra head here, and already saw the flavor text. Mishra's nightmares of Phyrexia rang with screams of agony and groan of twisted metal. The sound stayed with him long after he awoke. Yeah. Oh, is that that might be actually not directly. At first, I was thinking like this was after he got killed and got his corpse got dragged back to Phyrexia. But no, I think that was when he got the first visions of basically when Giggs influenced him to visit Phyrexia to steal the dragon engine there. And indirectly, thus making a pact with the Phyrexians. I see. Cool. Hello there, my dude. Who are you? Evangel of Synthesis. So this seems to be a very Mishra / Phyrexian flavored booster here. Like the only card we really have that flavors Urza a little bit is the Sibling Rivalry, because he apparently also is part of that, but literally everything else is famed Phyrexian or Mishra. Oh boy. So our second pack is very heavily Mishra flavored. Anyways, sorry, again, back to the card. Evangel of Synthesis. 1 blue, 1 black. Creature Phyrexian Human Cleric, that's a mouthful. 2 free. And when Evangel of Synthesis enters the battlefield, draw a card and discard a card. So he cycles through a card, okay. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, Evangel of Synthesis gets +1/+0 and has menace. Okay. The problem I see here is he doesn't have haste. I mean, you don't want to really have haste in black-blue, or on default card, this is a special card that has that. But the thing is, yeah, he triggers the condition on the first turn when he enters the battlefield on his own, but he cannot attack on default unless you have something like Swiftfoot Boots, so... Then again, you could say when you play another one of those, he enables the first one, but... I mean, it feels like that those two effects should synergize very well with each other, but at the same time, at least when you play for first turn, it doesn't really, you know? But not a bad guy. I mean, 2 mana, 2 free, at least from my power toughness understanding still, as I said, I have still a pretty older understanding of that. That's pretty good. And you have any potential to turn him into 3/3 with menace, but he can get evasion by just drawing another card and even your turn by any means. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm fine with it. And his flavor text is Forge the Future. Forge the Future in Metal and Oil. Jeez, what's going on with me misreading stuff? I hope that doesn't happen later while we do the playthrough. Yeah, talking about the trend, another Phyrexian card here, everybody. Disciple of Gix. 6 mana total for generic 2 black. Where the creature Phyrexian Human 4/4. When Disciple of Gix enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 3 artifact cards, put them in your graveyard, then shuffle. Oh, so this is like it's not entombed, it's buried alive. That's it. There's an old spell that was, I think, 1 generic, 1 black sorcery, buried alive. I think it even was an instant. I could put basically search your library for 3 creature cards and put them into your graveyard. So if you have a reanimation thing going, it could even be artifact creatures. So yeah, you could still use it in a normal reanimator deck for some big stuff. In Commander, for example, like something like an ink. Oh, I don't know how that thing exactly is called. It's something Ink Leviathan, the 7/11 with Trample, Island, Walk, and Shroud, like that. Or some other big ugly things like, no, not Blightsteel Colossus, but because he would shuffle himself back into the library, that would be kind of a stupid move. But hey, pretty interesting. So those are the guys, by the way, surrounding Minshore on the other picture. What are they saying, the disciples of Gix? Machines feel no fear, no sorrow, no hunger. Only glorious purpose, true and pure. Yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to think of... We did see some cards that could reanimate already in the set. I think we have 2 black cards that could do that already. That one uncommon, I think, for 3 mana, the one free flying. And the other, I think, 4 mana 3/3 guy. Both when they died, they return something. So I see a theme here with a lot of Phyrexians bringing stuff back. Basically putting stuff to your grave and bringing it back. The glory of Gix and Phyrexia. I mean, 6 mana 4/4 is... I mean, back in the day this would have been fine. Nowadays it is a bit weaker, but the effect is pretty good. Like, you can do some stuff with that. So it's more like an utility card that then leaves a body on the ground. Again, we're here again at the thing where I'm like, yeah, I would like to play this on a... I have this on a weaker body, but then again, I don't think they want to risk you know, putting this on a 1/1 body. Well, I don't know, let's say for it to affect 4. Or that would be too good, because then there are some other effects that let you, for example, sacrifice creatures to return artifacts to from the graveyard to the battlefield. Or at least to your hand, and yeah, that would be too strong. So I guess I see why they put it on such a big body and a higher convert mana cost. Don't see that. Oh, and I see the time, we're getting slow again. Oof. So, oh, hello there, you're pretty. What are you? Soul Guide Lantern, 1 generic mana artifact. When Soul Guide Lantern enters the battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard. Or just tap it, sacrifice Soul Guiding Lantern, exile each opponent's graveyard. Oh, so it's like a Relic of Progenitus that doesn't draw you the card on default. Basically, because the Relic of Progenitus exiles all graveyards, including your own. Whatever you get to draw a card. And I think it also exiles itself. And sacrifice Soul Guide Lantern, draw a card. For 1 generic and tapping. This is pretty good. Like, it instantly removes something from a graveyard. You can exile all the graveyards straight away afterwards if you still have annoying stuff in there. Or you can keep it and draw a card. I definitely will. Will I play it? I one or two decks. I think I still want to have the relic just because it always draws the card. But yeah, I dig the card. This is good. This is good. Just have to tap it to remove them also. That's also a pretty important thing. Yeah, and it removes all of them, because I think the other thing for 0 mana that also needs me only to tap it only exiled 1 graveyard. I don't remember how that artwork was called. But yeah, that's good. Cliff Child's artwork. That's pretty neat artwork. Here's how the prototype version of this one will look like. But yeah, I definitely dig this card. That's great. Not much to say there. I'm sorry. I've noticed also for some of the other prototype cards or 1 or 2 other cards where I'm just like, yeah, this is overall great. But believe me, it is great. I like this one. Both the artwork and the effects, and of course also the framing again. Really, really cool. Not much I can say there. Ooh, and oh, this annoying butthole. Oh, this guy gave me so much headache because literally 3 of my opponents had this. 1 as a promo, 2 had pulled this in their release packs. Such an annoying thing. I mean, yes, it costs 5 generic mana. It's called a Platoon Dispenser. It's a 4/6 mythic, mind you. So that's why I'm a bit like, yeah, 3 people having that in the pre-release, and we only were like 20 people. So what are the chances there? Anyways, what does it do? So 5 generic, 4/6, already solid body. Platoon Dispenser's name again, artifact creature construct. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more other creatures, draw a card. And for 4 mana in total, which is 3 generic and 1 white, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. Such thing just keeps on shitting tokens that you can sacrifice for shenanigans. And mind you, that's the more annoying part. It can come back because it has Unearth, which we already discussed last time for our other rare from yesterday's pack, I think it was. So for 2 generic and double white, you can return this thing from your graveyard to the battlefield. It then gains haste. And if it would leave the battlefield or at the end of the next turn, the next beginning of the next end step, I should maybe say, it gets exiled instead of putting it anywhere else. And you can only use this ability as a sorcerer, so you cannot do that on enemy turn. Also, this is a strong card, and as I said, it gave me some trouble. Not gonna lie. And what's the flavor text? Hear that? But glad, but glad. We're saved! Annie, Ursa Soldier. Ah, so this is our only Ursa themed card in this pack. Like pure Ursa themed. Like I said, the power the brother rivalry has both brothers, but yeah, this was the only true Ursa themed card, so that's cool. I like having this one, that's neat. I think it's our first mythic besides that one. Did we actually have a mythic? I'm not even sure. I want to say one of the prototype cards was a mythic, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I see the time. I need to count this short. I'm always getting longer with those videos, and I'm sorry for that. Ah, and here's okay. Our second Ursa card just arrived. That's the Tower Worker, everybody. Our foil of the pack. Tower Worker, as you might see. I've seen those one during the pre-release as well. Tower Worker is a 3 generic, 1/3 artifact creature assembly worker. Has reach, and it basically has the ability of the good old Ursa's Tower. So tap, add 1 generic one colorless mana to your mana pool. If you control creatures named Mine Worker and Power Plant Worker, add 3 colorless mana instead. So yeah, it's literally like the Ursa's Power and Ursa's Power, Power Plant, and Mine from the old Antiquity sets / the Saga sets / some other sets where they got reprinted. This thing can make a lot of mana. And has reached a slightly weaker body, but then let's put it that way, it's both a mana dog as well as which I can block flying. I see this. Anyways, let's see those flavor texts. Even Ursa's most mundane creations share this obsession with perfection. I see it. This one also looks pretty cool. Like you see the wires attached to a crane where it can drive up and down the tower. maintaining it. Actually, it's kind of weird that the tower works. That just maintain the towers can regenerate as much mana as the towers themselves. Okay, well, let's leave that little part out of here. Actually, I must say I really like the foiling in this one as well for whatever reason. Like in certain angles, it looks like the background is more shiny. How I want to describe that than the actual creature, so it sticks out. I think that was one thing I was trying to explain a few times already. That I don't like it when the card when it doesn't really stick out. Oops, I adjusted the microphone. I'm sorry. I hope that wasn't too loud. But it just blends in with the background on those fours. Yeah, I like this. Is this the secret layer? No, just advertisement. And now we have a Power Stone token, so you guys and girls also know how they look like. The Power Stone token. Interesting enough, the token does not have the default effect to come onto the battlefield tab, even though every card we know so far does put them onto the battlefield tab. But apparently there might be some that don't. Because it does not have a default like any battlefield tab. It's a token artifact, Power Stone, and it just has tap at 1 generic mana to your mana pool. Sorry, not generic. I always say generic because back in the day those was pretty much equivalent. But yeah, I should remember that since that one Eldrazi said, it actually is, yeah, it's colorless mana. Sorry, I should specify. It's literally colorless mana. You see there on the little. What's that? What's that shape in English? German I'd say Raute, but you know what? Basically, at the point we similarly know this is supposed to be colorless mana. And anyways, you cannot use this mana to cast a non-artifact spell. Again, we discussed it already, so you can use it for, of course, artifact spells, artifact creature spells. You can still use it also to activate abilities of other cards. Like, we could still use this to pay for, okay, there's a bad example because this also is an artifact. Okay, I don't have an example on the table, but let's say we have a creature that, for example, a non-artifact creature that had, for example, an ability like pay 2 colorless or 2 generic mana to do something, then you could still use the Power Stone. You just cannot use it to cast those cards, but you can use their abilities just fine. So, yeah, those are pretty strong, I think. And I know why they come into the battlefield tapped, because they stick around. Like, that's the important thing. Like, one of our guys on the pre-results didn't get that. Like, they don't get sacrificed like treasure tokens. They stick around. That's pretty strong. So yeah, I would say overall this is a pretty neat pack. Again, I was rambling a bit about some cards I would play, I wouldn't play, but I think overall this is some nice reprints with the Disfigure, the Corrupt. Some new shenanigans they actually dig, like the Evocation, the Sibling Rivalry. Actually, this boost has so much flavor in it. I'm happy about this. I'm happy about it. Like almost all the cards over here from Bishop Freeming tell us a story. Yeah, I mean that's the reason that this set exists. Don't get me wrong. Like to introduce younger players to the good old storyline about Wizard and Mishra. And I've seen the time, we're almost at half an hour, so I will try to show this short again, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Stick around for all the time there. I'm sorry that it's taking so long to explain. I thought I was quick with some of the cards. I guess I'm just quick with some and not with others, so yeah, again, I'm sorry. Have a good one, everybody. We see each other again tomorrow, hopefully. Forward, whenever I manage to release the video, because that one left to be longer, for the final pack opening, where we'll open the 2 Sunday packs. Stay tuned for that, and yeah. Anyways, all the best. I'm the Playful Replays signing out. Have a good one, and good night.